afternoon. It is December the 4th, 2014, 4:23 p.m. You are going to be going on a ride with me on my way to work, and we've already killed about 5 or so minutes of that drive, and probably closer to 10. So the point of this is to just talk about what I want to talk about, and the hell what anybody else thinks. This should hopefully end up being less than 20 minutes, but depending on traffic, you never know. One thing that some people might not know about is I am slowly quitting smoking. At least cigarettes, I've pretty much cut out 100%. A couple of relapses here and there. Yesterday was one of them. I had a pretty rough day. Woke up in a not so good spot, so I got a coworker to give me a cigarette on my way home last night, which was nice of him. You know, he understood where I was coming from with my need for one. The vapor that I'm using wasn't quite cutting it. It wasn't giving me the relief I felt that I needed. But outside of that, gotta say, whenever I smoked that cigarette last night, it was the most disgusting thing in the world I had ever tasted. Basically, for you non-smokers that might be seeing this, imagine inhaling burning trash and getting it all in your mouth. Yeah, it's about like that. For smokers out there, you're kind of used to that sensation, much as I was, and you're okay with it, much like I was. You don't realize it after you've done it for so long. This time of year is probably the most emotional for me, and some of my other family members. It's a time of year that our mom and Grandpa Jim really loved. They loved getting into the holiday spirit, they loved the decorations, and really looked forward to Christmas every single year. They always made it a lot of fun. My grandpa actually would always be the first one awake and wake everybody else up so we could open presents and, more to the point, dig into our stockings. I've been dating a girl for almost 2 years now. I consider our dating anniversary December the 15th. It's when we first actually met in person, had a chance to get to talk to each other face to face and not on the phone or the internet. And right about then I decided, okay, this is a really cool girl, and I really do want to see where this goes. I have been also getting out soda. Soda to me now is a very special occasion type thing, like whenever Shelly and I go to the movies. I'll get a soda whenever we go to the theater. It's $5.50, but it'll last me the whole movie, and I get a free refill at the end of it. And a reusable cup that I can use for water at home. I can use to fill my little water heater that I use to make my coffee, you know, whatever the case may be. And let's see if I can do this without getting into the next. This is the first time I've ever done this, the whole talking into the camera while driving into work. It's something I want to try to do. So yeah, cut out soda. I really drink a lot of coffee though. Let's not joke about that. I like coffee. Coffee is awesome. I'll drink probably 4 cups a day. I'll drink 1 or 2 at home, and then I'll drink another 1 or 2 at work. And at work we have a Keurig, and it's okay. A lot of people rave about Keurig because they can get all these different kinds of coffee. I'm not so sold on it because, well, it's expensive. A Keurig is expensive. You may as well just go spend $40 on a little hot water heater that's about 3 or 4 liters. Fill it up, let it boil some water, and you can get a wide variety of instant coffees. Starbucks sells it, Dunkin' probably sells it, Coffee Bean sells it, Peet's Coffee, I think, sells it. You know, instant coffee tastes almost exactly the same as brewed coffee, and if you're using a Keurig, you're using instant coffee anyway. So cut the cost, get a hot water heater, or a hot water dispenser rather, and buy instant coffee. Then you have the coffee you want, and you go from there. If you want to use regular coffee that comes from an actual grinding machine, for example, Folgers, Maxwell House, get one of the gourmet coffees like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, Coffee Bean, Peet's, whatever, from the actual coffee section. You know, whenever you go into the coffee section, you buy a bag or can of coffee. Well, you don't have to get a coffee pot. You can get a French press. If you have an IKEA nearby or within driving distance, they sell them for like $7, and it'll tell you on the bag or can of coffee how many tablespoons of coffee to use per fluid ounce, a certain amount of fluid ounces of coffee. For example, I have Dunkin' Donuts, and for every 6 ounces of coffee I want to brew, I use 1 tablespoon. The French press that comes from IKEA is 30 ounces, roughly. So I use 5 tablespoons. That's about 5 cups of coffee. Gee, who'd have thought? So you're using a tablespoon of coffee per cup of coffee, unless you have a really small cup, and then you'll get more out of it. But I have a large cup. It's about 12 ounces, or 10 ounces. Yeah, it's about 10 ounces. So, you know, I get actually 3.5 cups of coffee out of my French press, and that's fine. And it makes coffee exactly the same as a hot coffee maker does, except it doesn't go to waste. I can't drink an entire pot of coffee by myself out of like Mr. Coffee, standard 12 cup pot of coffee, before it would go cold, and it's a waste of energy to leave the hot plate on while I'm drinking my coffee. Anyway, enough rambling on for this one. It's taken me from the moment I started this video, about 16 minutes to get to work. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Probably closer to 18 whenever I pull in, but you're not going to see that. Bye-bye.